because some of the faster and smart money is moving right now. To our floor show traders, Tom Hayes and Scott Bauer. Okay, Scott, what we didn't bring up here is that GM announced this bright drop ban, and this is going to be a delivery van that's electrified, and FedEx has ordered a whole bunch of them at the moment. So suddenly you start seeing it's not just the sort of the Teslas and the Chinese guys, but this is the legacy names out there. This appears to be a hot area at the very moment. Do you think this lasts as part of the rotation?
Liz, it is a hot area, but this electrification, if you will, is really just a stepping stone to get it from the legacy type of automobile to electric. It's really the hybrid market. And here is the big issue with that is the legacy car makers literally have sunk billions and billions of dollars into R&D, diesel makers, engines that they just can't pull the plug on, no pun intended, overnight to make that transformation. The EV makers, not just Tesla, but most of them up and down the line, they have full vertical integration. So not only are they making all the parts to the car, the seats, the entertainment, the seat belts, everything, they're making the motor, they're making the battery, or at least they have the IT software for the battery. So for the legacy car makers to catch up to that, this is a nice stepping stone, but it is going to be really, really painful over the next 5 to 10 years in my estimation. There is one, though, however, that I really think stand out from the rest when you talk about the legacy car makers, and that's VW. VW is set to make that complete transformation, and they actually have in their business plan that over the next 2 years, they plan on rolling out millions of completely EVs.
Yeah, Volkswagen is just down about 1/3% right now, but the European names are also moving higher. Ford is jumping 5%. You don't usually see a move like that. Tom Hayes, again, you don't have to be a gearhead to be looking at all of this and saying, well, wait a minute, this is rather interesting, but there are other ways to play this. You could go into the autonomous vehicle names or the ones that are able to enable that kind of thing, such as laser, LAZR, aluminum, and then you've got all of the other names, whether it's Intel, because underneath the hood at Intel, you've got Mobileye. So there are lots of opportunities. It just looks like people are looking at the auto industry right now, electrified or not.
Yeah, well, Liz, the one thing I've learned in this business is opinion follows trend. With Tesla up 776% in the last 12 months, NIO up 1,700% in the last 12 months. Now everyone wants them. So, as you look at these, some of these are actually priced for perfection. If you take a look at Tesla, they have to grow at a 26% compound annual growth rate for the next 10 years and deliver 5.1 million vehicles in 2030 just to meet their current price target of $900 per share. So we're saying maybe curb your enthusiasm a little bit, as these are high beta names. And if we get a pause or correction in the general market in coming weeks or months, these are going to get hit harder. Okay. On the flip side, while we say curb your enthusiasm, if you look at the legacy providers, you can buy GM at 9.9 times 2021 earnings. You can buy Ford at 9.5 times, relative to Tesla at 212 times 2021 earnings, or NIO, which has no earnings, at 25 times sales. And if you look at GM, they're going to have 30 EVs over the next 5 years, and Ford's going to have over 40 over the next handful of years as we move forward. But even as we electrify these, Liz, you know what you're going to need to charge these things up? You're going to need electricity, and some of the left for dead, actually natural gas producers might be an opportunity here.
Right,
and two that we've been focused on are Range Resources in the Marcellus Shale, and Jerry Jones' play Comstock Resources might be something to look at to play this trend.
Remember back in the day when natural gas was $14 per British thermal unit? Boy, that was a long time ago. It's $2.75 right now.
Yes,
gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. Tom, Scott, always a pleasure. Airlines are